like I've been excited to, I'm sure you saw there's headlines like we don't stay in the same room. And so in the morning when we wake up, like I'm always excited to see her. She's always out in the kitchen somewhere and it's right outside my room. And I'm always excited to see her, which is a good start to a relationship.
And I love that you did open up about not sleeping in the same bedroom together, obviously waiting until marriage before becoming intimate. I love that you were able to share that with fans and just everyone that cares so much about you and loves your guys' relationship. But what was that dinner conversation like with the family that you mentioned? Was it an awkward convo?
It was funny. I think there was a lot of I think it was like a lot of not tension, but I don't think anybody knew how to broach it. And once it did, everybody like it was easy. You know, sex isn't something that I think we should be ashamed to talk about openly with whoever wants to know, right? If you're having it or not. It's something that exists and it's beautiful. And this just is a decision that we've made as a couple for no reason other than the fact that we think it's the healthiest for us as partners. And so, yeah, I mean, it was like, I think it was her dad that brought it up, that said that some guy at work came up to him and mentioned the headline. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then her dad felt bad about bringing it up, thinking he made it awkward, which was like really nice and sweet of him. Mm-hmm. But it just opened us up to talk about it, which was actually great. You know, they're great to us. We trust them with this. And it's unique, I think, for everybody, because typically you aren't reading headlines about your daughter or your son and their sex life. Yeah. But as you mentioned, like we are in a unique scenario where people are watching, wondering, waiting, and asking. Mm-hmm. And I think we have a responsibility to respond accordingly with truth. And that's just our truth.
Absolutely. I know. I think a lot of people and a lot of couples can relate to you guys. And I'm sure a lot of people appreciate that you were open about talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad headline. There are worse ones that my dad could have read. So
yeah. Well, and you know, like we're not even saying that it's like this is the perfect thing for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, if like somebody's out there not choosing to make this decision, like that's their decision. Mm-hmm. This is us and this is our relationship, and it's an exciting thing to be able to say and do and make that decision as a couple. Mm-hmm. And it's been good for us. It's something that we think has been healthy, and that's why we stuck with it.
Right, right. How far into your relationship did you make this decision, and why was it important? Obviously, it's helpful for your relationship, but.
I mean, based on my past, we kind of talked about it early.
Sorry, my leg fell asleep.
It's a little chair.
It wasn't a moan like, oh, that was, no, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, based on my past, like we talked about it early, especially doing distance. So, but it wasn't a hard conversation or a weird one. And I think as we got more serious, it became a bigger conversation. Mm-hmm.
Really, I think it was like within the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just like something we both felt comfortable talking to each other about. I forget the exact scenario that it came up, but it was something I responded to Jessica and said, hey, like, well, let's just do this thing. Like, let's make this commitment to each other, and wherever this goes, like, we don't know at that point who knew where it was going, but like, you know, let's just make this commitment now. And we had talked about it and agreed to it. And it's oftentimes that we bring it up, like, right, we still have the desires and we still like have the the emotions and the physical desires to love each other well. And it's something we bring up often is like, this is special. This is good. This is healthy. And how cool is it that we are able to make this commitment and stick to it?